Hi, Teacher Riga here, back again to promote my IGCSE First Language English online tuition. I teach year 6 to year 11, so if you're interested in working together to get that A star, feel free to WhatsApp me today. Now, let's talk about a common mistake when it comes to paper 2, where students cannot differentiate between descriptive writing and narrative writing. They have different names. They have similarities, but they are ultimately different. So we have to understand them so we can write accordingly and be on topic and dish out all the techniques that each writing requires. Okay, so firstly, think about it in terms of time. When it comes to descriptive writing, we are only talking about one moment in time. That is why we tell our students to think about a picture, or if you are creating it, like an image that you are drawing, right? So fill that image up with as many people, objects, plants, animals, because the more you have varieties of focus, the more you have in your picture, the more you can write about in your essay, because you still need 5 paragraphs, you still need to get to 350 to 450 words, right? So think about it in terms of a picture or an image. One moment in time, snapshot. But then when it comes to narrative writing, that's a story. So that's multiple moments in time, right? Time moves. There's a morning, afternoon, night. There are a couple of days. It can move to months, right? That is what we call plot. The events that happen in your story, because time moves. So we need that plot and that, do your mountain, do your story structure, introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. But it's all about plot. And then when you think of a plot, who are you following in terms of the camera? Think about focus next, right? So when it comes to a story, you're following a main character. In fact, you know their name, you know where they're from, you know where they're going, their goals, their ambitions, their struggles, their problems. You want to find solutions to them, right? You're very invested in that main character, and the camera follows them from start to end. On the other hand, when it comes to descriptive writing, there is no plot, no character work, right? It's just a picture and you're describing everyone and everything in it, right? So if you're mixing up, if you're putting in plot and character in descriptive writing, your marks are going to be really low. You do not want to do that, right? So for descriptive writing, it's very much like, description, right? So if you're looking at a person, give me sentences about what they're wearing, right? What they're doing, what's around them. You can do facial features, appearances, right? Hair, skin, height, all of that. But that's where it ends. Like, you can do facial expressions, but I don't want to know why someone is feeling a particular emotion. I just want you to describe how that emotion looks like, right? So if you're describing someone who's crying, you're just going like, oh, their eyebrows are furrowed, like tears are streaming down their face, a frown etched on their lips, right? But that's it. I don't want to know why they're crying. I don't want to solve their problem. That's it. And then the camera moves. So the camera, the focus, when it comes to descriptive writing, is just like, describe this person, and then move to a different person, and then move to that cat, and then move to that tree in the picture, move to the sky, move to the ground. That's it, right? Of course, there's a type of organization that we can do here, right? In this picture, should I describe from top to bottom, or bottom to top, left to right, right to left? If it's like a building, inside to outside, or outside to inside, right? You can organize your camera work, but that's it. When it comes to stories, the camera is very much that main character and what they are seeing, and then we really delve deep into their emotions and their struggles. We want them to learn something, we want them to grow, we want them to change, we're rooting for them, So that's a bit different, right? And that one is organized with plot, the plot points. What happens first, then what happens next? What's the consequences of those actions? And then do they beat the villain? Do they learn their lesson, you know? So think about it in these terms, right? Descriptive writing, narrative writing, different in terms of time. Descriptive writing, one moment in time. Narrative writing, multiple moments in time, right? This is a photo, this is a movie. And then think about the focus. Descriptive writing, varieties of focus. And then we're developing what we're looking at, right? We are giving it so much more detail. We are zooming into it, close observation, right? But then for narrative writing, the focus is this main character. We're doing all this character work and then all this plot work. We're going somewhere, we're achieving something, we're solving some problem. So yes, if you struggle to differentiate the two types of writing, I can help you out. We can write descriptive writing, narrative writing pieces together. I can give you really effective feedback. I can point out your strengths and weaknesses. We can really improve your writing and take it to the next level. So WhatsApp me today.